Today we're going to show you how to change the inlet water valve on your side-by-side refrigerator. Really easy job. All you're going to need is a 1/4-inch nut driver and a utility knife. Let me show you how we do it. Now before we begin this repair, the first thing we want to do is disconnect the power and the water supply line to the inlet valve so we can pull the refrigerator out enough to access the back of it. Now our first step will be to remove the 6 1/4-inch hex head screws that secure the back cover. Now with the screws removed, we can simply lift the cover away and up and set that aside. That will give us access to the component. Now with the back cover removed, our next step will be to remove the 2 mounting screws. These secure the water valve mount to the side of the refrigerator frame. Then we can pull the valve out where we can access it. First step will be to remove the wire harness and to carefully remove the nut that holds the outlet tube on the bottom. Now if it's a preformed tube on your model like this, be careful not to overbend that elbow, and it will have this arrowhead shaped end on it that should be smooth all the way around. If it's not, you'll need to replace that tubing. If your model has just a straight tubing without this portion on it, you probably should trim off about 1/4 of an inch with a razor knife just to give you a nice fresh edge. The new valve comes with a connector for the straight tubing. So if yours has the arrowhead on it, we don't need to use that, we'll discard it. We'll thread that tubing onto the valve. Again, making sure that we don't damage the tubing and that we don't get the threads on cross thread it. Tighten it by hand, install the wire harness connector, and carefully set it back into place. Reinstall the 2 mounting screws. Now once we've installed the back cover, we can remove the protective cap from the inlet to the valve and reconnect our water line. So now we're ready to put the back cover on. Now we're ready to reinstall the back cover. We'll tuck that flap inside of the base frame. And line up the openings for the screws. We'll reinstall all 6 screws. Now we're ready to reconnect the water line and our power supply, and our repair is complete.